What if the reason you enjoy being alone more now isn't a red flag, but a hidden advantage? Most people over 65 have been told the same story. If you prefer solitude, you're at risk. Isolation shortens life. Loneliness increases dementia. Social connection is everything. And here's the part that creates confusion. The data does show that chronic loneliness is dangerous. The National Academies of Sciences reported that social isolation increases risk of premature death by nearly 30%. The CDC links loneliness to higher rates of heart disease, depression, and cognitive decline. So if that's true, why do so many seniors who prefer quiet, independent lives report higher life satisfaction? Something important is missing from the conversation, and today we're going to uncover it. Let's rewind to early adulthood. In your 20s and 30s, social expansion is survival. You build networks. You chase opportunity. Personality research shows that extroverted traits are rewarded in career and dating markets. You learn to perform socially. Even when it drains you, those habits become automatic. You say yes. You attend events. You tolerate surface-level interactions. Then your 40s arrive. Stress peaks. According to the American Psychological Association, midlife adults report some of the highest daily stress levels in the country. Work pressure, financial responsibility, caregiving. Your social calendar feels heavy instead of exciting. This is where something subtle begins. Psychologist Laura Carstenson's socio-emotional selectivity theory found that as people perceive time as more limited, they prioritize emotionally meaningful experiences over novelty. In simple terms, you stop chasing quantity and start valuing quality. Now fast forward to after 70. Here's the shift most people ignore. Solitude and loneliness are not the same thing. Loneliness is feeling disconnected when you don't want to be. Solitude is choosing your own company because it nourishes you. And seniors who prefer solitude often share 7 personality traits that actually support longevity and happiness when balanced correctly. Let's break them down. Trait number 1. High emotional self-sufficiency. These seniors don't rely on constant external validation. Over decades, they've built an internal compass. Research on aging consistently shows that emotional regulation improves with age when practiced intentionally. Less reactivity means lower chronic stress. Lower chronic stress means reduced inflammation. And chronic inflammation is linked to heart disease and cognitive decline. Trait number 2. Selective social investment. Instead of spreading energy thin across dozens of acquaintances, they focus on a small circle. US Census data shows nearly 28% of adults over 65 live alone, yet many report high life satisfaction when they maintain a few meaningful connections. Quality protects against loneliness more than quantity. Trait number 3. Comfort with introspection. Seniors who enjoy solitude often engage in reflection, journaling, reading, thinking deeply. Studies in positive psychology, reflective practices to greater life meaning and lower depressive symptoms. Origins of this trait often trace back decades. Maybe they were always slightly introverted. Maybe life experiences pushed them inward. Over time, introspection becomes strength rather than avoidance. Trait number 4. Strong boundaries. After 70, energy is finite. Seniors who prefer solitude are often skilled at saying no. They understand that overcommitment leads to exhaustion. The National Institute on Aging reports fatigue, one of the most common complaints among older adults. Boundaries conserve energy. Energy conservation supports immune function and mental clarity. Trait number 5. Independence in daily functioning. Those comfortable alone often develop competence in managing finances, health appointments, and household tasks. That competence increases confidence. Confidence reduces stress hormones. Reduced stress supports cardiovascular health. Trait number 6. Lower susceptibility to social comparison. Social comparison peaks in younger years. By 70, many solitude-preferring seniors have stopped measuring themselves against peers. That shift lowers anxiety and depressive rumination. Trait number 7. Deliberate engagement instead of habitual busyness. This is the most powerful one. They don't avoid people out of fear. They choose engagement intentionally. When they show up, they are fully present. Then they retreat to recharge. Now let's talk about the breaking point. For some seniors, the preference for solitude becomes misinterpreted by family. You're isolating. You need to get out more. Pressure builds. They force themselves into overstimulating environments. The fallout: emotional exhaustion, irritability, sleep disruption, increased blood pressure. According to national health surveys, sleep problems affect nearly half of adults over 65. Social overstimulation can quietly worsen this. The failed fix many try is overcorrection. Joining too many clubs, forcing constant interaction. That approach ignores personality wiring. But here's the caution. Solitude becomes dangerous when it shifts from intentional to avoidant. If you stop answering calls because you feel hopeless, that's different. If weeks pass without meaningful human contact, risk increases. Patterns across millions of American seniors show that the healthiest outcomes occur when solitude is balanced with purposeful connection. So how do you apply this today? First, audit your solitude. Ask yourself, does my alone time feel peaceful or empty? If it feels peaceful, protect it. If it feels empty, add one intentional connection per week. Second, invest deeply in 2 or 3 meaningful relationships. That's often enough to buffer against loneliness while honoring your preference with quiet. Third, schedule restorative solitude. Treat it as essential recovery, not avoidance. Here's the clear warning. If solitude slowly turns into withdrawal without awareness, your brain adapts to isolation and re-engagement becomes harder. And here's the open thought I want you to sit with. What if the real key to longevity after 70 isn't being constantly social, but mastering the rhythm between connection and calm? In our next deep dive, we lines explore how to design that rhythm intentionally so you can protect both your health and your peace. If this resonated, press like so other seniors know they're not broken for enjoying quiet. Share it with someone who values their alone time. Drop a comment and tell me which of the 7 traits describes you best. And subscribe for the next chapter, because living longer isn't just about adding years.